Hi, and welcome back to Suricata Crafts. I'm Rebecca. Today, I'm going to tell you 23 non-yarny things about me. It's a thing going around YouTube, I guess the yarn community, and I thought I'd join in. I'm a new channel, so here's a chance to get to know me. So the first question is, what's your favorite color? I don't have a favorite color. I have a favorite group of colors. I love jewel tones. I love working with jewel tones. I love wearing jewel tones. They just bring me joy. My favorite music, I like everything pretty much. I really love musicals. I love postmodern jukebox where they take modern songs and do it in older styles. I like some country music, I like some pop music, I like it all. My favorite food. There is nothing better than a home-cooked Newfie meal. And this is Easter weekend, and there is nothing I'd rather be doing than sitting at my pop's table eating his home-cooked food. Your favorite pop or soda? Now, here in Canada, we call it pop. But I'm not a big fan. I'll drink a Diet Coke or a root beer sometimes, but give me a lemonade any day. Not fizzy, just plain. My favorite animal is definitely a meerkat. If there was an animal that could represent me, it would be a meerkat. They are fierce protective of their families. They will adopt other meerkats into their family and protect them with their lives. Everybody takes care of the babies, will fight and protect their home and their family, and that's me. My favorite holiday, I guess, is Christmas. I know it's a pretty typical answer, but I love having family around. I love making gifts and receiving gifts, and the food and the atmosphere and the anticipation of decorating and watching movies and eating treats and the looks on the people's faces when they're going to open the gifts that I made them. I just love Christmas. I have a favorite book series, and it's by J.D. Robb, which is a pseudonym for Nora Roberts, but it's a different style than her typical Harlequin romance style. And it takes place in the near future. In about 2058 it starts, and she is a murder cop in New York, and they have slightly better technology, and she solves some really cool murders. My favorite pizza is controversial. I love Hawaiian pizza. I love that little burst of sweet with the salty and the spicy sauce and the stringy cheese. It's just a perfect combination for me. My favorite pastime, typical, but crafting. I will do anything. I sew, I paint, I knit and crochet and weave and spin and dye and cross stitch. I will do anything. I will try it all and enjoy it all. My favorite TV series is a British one put out by the BBC called Call the Midwife. And it takes place in 1950s. It starts after World War II, and it follows a group of midwives and nuns and nurses that live in East End London. And you get so caught up in the story, and every episode is its own story, but then there's the continuing story, and the characters just tug at your heartstrings, and you get involved. It's really good. My favorite fruit. I love peaches, I love strawberries, I love pineapple, and I really love the combination of the three. My favorite veggie is cauliflower. I like it raw or cooked or mashed or right in a pizza crust. My favorite subject in high school was history, but I really enjoyed English as well. I took advanced English and thought I'd make a career of it, but here I am selling yarn and making YouTube videos. My favorite actor or actress. I really love Jennifer Lawrence, and I also love an actress named Natalie Dormer. She was in The Tudors, where she played Anne Boleyn. She was in The Hunger Games, where she played the director of the Propos. She was in Game of Thrones. She's been in a lot of things. My favorite singer. I don't really have a favorite singer. I like a lot of groups that do covers of other groups like Voice Play and Pentatonics and Home Free. I like when they take songs that we know and do it in a different way, like Postmodern Jukebox. My favorite superhero is Black Widow. Now, I haven't even seen the new Black Widow movie, but it might change my mind, but up till now, I really like Black Widow. I like that she's a strong female character who can get any kind of information out of anybody without them even knowing they're telling it. My favorite comedian. My favorite comedian is actually a comedian team. I love Colin Mochrie and Ryan Stiles. Colin Mochrie is a Canadian actor, and he is on the cast of Whose Line Is It Anyways? And the dynamics between Colin and Ryan is hilarious. I love their sense of humor. I love the improvisation that they have together. They're just a really good team. My favorite season is not a season. I like the transition. I like the first signs of spring. I like it when spring is ending and summer is coming. I love it when summer cools off and the fall begins. And I love the first snow. But the height of any season, not my favorite. My favorite movie. I have a few. I have a few go-tos that I can turn on any time that I need something on in the background, but don't need to watch it closely to keep up with what's going on. I love the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbits and Jurassic Park movies, and I love Elizabeth and Elizabeth the Golden Age. My favorite smells, if it's like a candle or a bath oil, I really love lavender and vanilla. The combination together balance each other out. But if it's a real world scent, there is nothing better than my mom's fresh bread. When it fills the house with that aroma of butter and yeast and flour, there's nothing better. I can smell it through the phone when we're video chatting, and it's just to die for. A best friend. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm a military wife. We have been military for almost 20 years and have lived on many bases, some of them twice. And every time we leave, you always tell each other we're gonna stay connected, we'll never lose touch, we'll keep talking. But I seem to have one best friend left from every posting we've done. I have a childhood best friend and an adult best friend, and I married my best friend, and my kids are my best friends, and I think it's healthy to have multiple friends for multiple reasons. But I know they're always there for me, and I'll always be there for them too. My favorite decade. Now, this one might throw you off. My favorite decade is the 1810s. Think Bridgerton, only historically accurate. I love the Regency era. I love reading about it, watching movies about it. I love costuming in that era. I love making the clothes from that era and wearing them to picnics and promenades and balls, and it is my other passion, is costuming. Now, my favorite YouTube channel that is non-crochet, knitting, yarn related. I have a few for my costuming passion. Number one is Rachel Maxey. She is hilarious. She is talented. She's crafty and funny, and every video is worth watching. And I also love costuming drama with Noelle and engineering knits. I love Bernadette Banner and Angela Clayton and Abby Cox and Lady Rebecca Fashions and Pocketful of Posies and Enchanted Rose Costumes. They all bring something unique to the costuming world, and they're all essential in my opinion. So that's it. 23 non-yarny things about me. I hope you learned something about me and feel like you got to know me a little better. And I hope through more YouTube videos we continue to get to know each other better. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section if you had more questions besides the 23 that I just answered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And this is Rebecca at Suricata Crafts, and I can't wait to see you next time. Happy crafting!